Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. It's the Monday after Bank Holiday Easter Sunday, so it's Bank Holiday Monday. At the time of recording this, by the time this goes up, it's going to be the front end of June, to be honest. But yeah, supposed to be working today. Didn't go to work, rained off. So just got up and me and the missus just went out, had a nosy around this, that and the other. And we ended up in a local supermarket or independent supermarket. And we're walking around and I found a place with some beers, obviously. Or I found a place with some beers. I didn't find a place with beers. I know there's beers in there, but we went to the beer section, if you like, as you walk around. And I noticed there were some new beers in there, in this beer section, that I'd not seen, not heard of. And quite frankly, it was the artwork on the labels that caught my eye. So the beer we are looking at is from a family-owned brewery, and I think the brewery's been going since 1996. And it's Tomos Watkin Brewery, and they're out of Swansea, Wales, South Wales. And there was 5 beers there that I picked up, and they all come in at £2.39 each, which is a bargain. 500ml bottles, and they're really tight. They're really tidy in it. I'm just waffling now. Anyway, so we've got a beer from Tomos Watkin Brewery. This is their Magic Lager, coming in at 4.5%. Should I try and put some light on the subject? Maybe this will light up the label, but look at that. Absolutely fantastic. Really cool. Like I say, Magic Lager, 4.5%, 500ml bottle, Tomos Watkin Brewery. And you might not be able to see, but you can probably see it's just embossed around there. We've actually got Tomos Watkin embossed on the bottles, and I think Samuel Smiths do the same sort of thing. And I just think it's a nice touch. It just shows that little bit of extra quality. It's a plain black crown though. Would have been nice to have a Tomos Watkin crown, but yeah, the artwork is amazing on there. So this has been in, I'm going to turn the light off now, been in the freezer. I actually put it in the freezer to chill it down a bit. Forgot about it for a bit. It hasn't frozen, thank God, but it is really, really cold. Really cold. So we're going to get it cracked open. At least I ain't got to worry about it being warm. Going to get it cracked open, and I don't have a Tomos Watkin Brewery glass, so we're going to whack it in a Stonehouse glass. It's a Pilsner glass. It's their Palace Bay, which they no longer do, which was a thing of the past. It used to be in Morrison's, actually. They used to supply local Morrison's, so I'm going to whack it in that one. So let's stop waffling on. Let me try and read some of this. Visit us at tomoswatkins.com. Follow us on social media, Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. Tomos Watkin Brewery, 500ml, 4.5%. Please enjoy responsibly, 2.3 units. But funny enough, this is brewed by Drop Bear Beer Company, Unit 3, Century Park, Swansea. Now, I looked this up because I saw this beforehand. Tomos Watkin Brewery is Unit 3C, Century Park, Swansea. So, are they sort of the same brewery? Is Drop Bear Beer Company part of Tomos Watkin? Maybe a craft? I don't know. Maybe there's just 2 breweries there, and they get them to brew it for maybe bigger quantities. I don't know. Let's get it cracked open. We're 3 minutes in. Stop talking buzzer. Like I say, this is ice cold, so it'll be interesting to see what it's like. It's a lager. Can we just expect a sort of standard sort of lager, to be honest? That's probably what I would expect. And I'm assuming it's a lager as well. If you look at the writing, lagyr, I think maybe that's Welsh for lager, I don't know. So I could be totally wrong here. I'm assuming it's a lager. I haven't read anything else. Oh, hang on, yes, it is lager. Inspired by the magical tales of dragons and wizards that roar through the wild Welsh valleys. Magic Lager, there we go, is a spellbinding brew crafted with a touch of magic. Actually, I did look, bear with me. Got to get in the light. The hops in this are Bobek, Pearl, Hallertau, Tradition. Now, Hallertau is a German hop. Now, have they imported the hops? Have they sort of like tried growing Hallertau over here, or will it be different? I don't know. But Hallertau is a hop that I absolutely love. So 5 minutes in again, stop talking. Beer in a glass. Yes, there is chill haze on the glass. It's very sort of dark golden sort of looking colour, gentle carbonation. Just about half a finger ahead. Looks nice and compact though. Let's dive in with the nose, see if we can get them sort of Hallertau hops. If I'm honest, maybe it's too chilled. There almost feels like there is literally nothing there on the nose, so maybe it is too chilled. There's nothing nasty, but there's no maltiness or anything, if I'm honest. We'll just dive in, shall we? We're going on the taste. Smell doesn't really matter. The taste is always the most important thing. Tomos Watkin Brewery Magic Lager, picked up from Stan's Superstore, which is in St Martin's, about 7 miles away from my house, local to me. Let's dive in. Cheers. It's definitely too cold. I've definitely chilled it down way too much. That's for definite. There's flavour in there, but I think you do lose a lot with how chilled this is. So there's my mistake on that one. Let's go in again though. 4.5%. Quite a decent body on the beer. Can't really knock it. 4.5%, yeah. That is a good body. It's quite weighty. Carbonation isn't too busy. Definitely more flavours coming through on the back end. I'm trying to think. Turn that round. The other side. Hops, yeast, allergens in bold, malted barley, wheat, Bobach, Perla, Hallertau tradition. Drinks like a lager, clean, crisp, refreshing. Bitterness. There's a bitterness right on your tongue, I would say. I'm picking this up. A bitterness, a tang, a twang. Almost floral, I would possibly say. But I could be completely way out with that. I'm sort of like, I wouldn't say I'm clutching at straws, but I probably am. Clean and crisp, like I say. At this temp, if it's about 25 degrees outside, this beer would absolutely cut the mustard. It really would. Because it's got that nice cleanness and crispness and refreshness about it. You are getting malty notes. The more I drink it, the more I'm getting. I'm trying to think what I feel I'm getting from this beer. I feel I'm getting the Hallertau. There's something there that I feel I'm getting from Hallertau hops. Can't quite put my finger on it. It might just be the blender hops that is sort of like pickling me a little bit. Perla. Now, you get the Perla Polish beer. Will that be a Polish hop in there? Or is it just me sort of seeing Perla and then thinking Perla beer? But I'm sort of getting that feel of a Polish beer in there as well. There's something there. There's different, certainly different to what we get in the UK generally with lagers. When UK brewers brew lager, they tend to have they either go full out and really feel like a proper German beer, or they tend to feel very English. And I think that's mostly because they use a lot of English British ingredients. This kind of doesn't feel like an English brewed lager, but at the same time, it doesn't feel full on German or anything like that, which I'm not really expecting. But you get that Hallertau feel. But with the Perla in there, I mean, like I say, maybe it's just making me think, but it's almost like you're getting a lager that's kind of in between something German and something Polish. There is a sort of sweetness to it. And that's, I think it's the sweetness in this beer and that certain flavour that reminds me of a Polish beer, which is why I'm sort of maybe putting 2 and 2 together and getting about 10. But it's a nice beer. It's clean, crisp, it is refreshing. It's not overly sweet. There's a nice little bitter note to it. Yeah, I think that's quite decent. It's quite decent. I'm not going to say it's a world beater, but I think it's a decent drop. And to be honest, I've probably chilled it down maybe too much. Be interesting actually to get another one, and maybe, I don't know what temp this is, but it was in the freezer for a bit, and it went from being sort of cool to sort of pretty much ice cold, which is always going to numb flavours. So it'd be interesting to get another bottle of this and try it at a slightly higher temperature, to be honest. But yeah, I've got to say that's not too bad. It sort of baffled me a little bit. Sort of wasn't what I was expecting, I think, and possibly because it's too cold. But yeah, Tomos Watkin Brewery and their Magic Lager, 4.5%. Like I say, this was picked up from St Martin's. I live in Oswald Street. You're on the North Wales border. I know the brewery are from Swansea, but we managed to get it there. If you can get hold of it and you see it and pick it up or whatever, give it a go. Let's put it that way. It's worth giving a go. And if you've had it before, let me know your thoughts on it. Thanks for watching, and I feel a little bit lost. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again soon on another one. Cheers.